Good afternoon and welcome to the Gulf Coast Sports Network. We're coming to you live from Lakeland, Florida at Chris Boletto Field on the campus of Florida Southern College for Game 4 and the final game of the FACA 2024 High School All-Star Game Series featuring the best baseball and softball players from all over the state of Florida. Today's matchup features the East versus the West. And we're just going to jump right into it as the teams take the field alongside Jason Cephas. I'm Will Wilkie. We'll be bringing you the call today. If you're new to the Gulf Coast Sports Network, go ahead, hit that like button, hit subscribe as well. We are a registered nonprofit media company bringing these games to you live and for free. And your follows do help us in offsetting our costs, and we greatly appreciate that. We got a little bit of housekeeping notes to report. The East will actually be shorthanded today. Several players had academic obligations today where they had to leave actually late last night to take care of those items. These players just recently graduated high school. They're moving on to college, and they had to leave for their academic orientations for their new collegiate careers. So we wish them the best. So just to let you know, the East will only be batting six today. So they'll be batting in a rotation of six players that will keep rotating over. And they'll get some assistance in the field today for some players who are willing to stay over. And I believe we have some crossover players from the West who will help in the field as well. So here we go, Jason. It's hot on the field, and the talent is just as hot as well. We're ready to get underway.
Yeah, thanks, Will. Thanks for having me again for this broadcasting and stream. Again, hit that like button if you're home and watching because we like it here in Florida. Tonight is going to be interesting. I talked to some of the coaches. They had brought up some of the academic things that are going to happen for some of the girls who aren't here. But again, it looks like we have number one holding camp holding it down the circle this morning, and we'll see how it goes.
First batter is going to be Caitlin Oxley. Hard hit ball foul. Count goes 0-2. Drop third situation. So the hustle pays off. Oxley will be safe at first. Now brings up Skylar Navarro. Count goes to 1-1.
Yeah, after this batter, we'll go ahead and give up the defensive set now that we have our ducks in a line.
We apologize. That's actually Skylar Brown. Skylar Brown is now up to bat. But I don't believe she was on our original.
I don't see her here. Skylar Brown, number 19 from Astronaut High School. But she wasn't on our original roster from the coaches, so we apologize about that, but we got her in now.
Unfortunately, we won't have a graphic for her because of that, so we apologize. We can only go off the rosters that were given. Liner to left.
All right, well, we have a little bit of a pause. Let's go ahead and see what we have on defense. Looks like on first we have number 21, Lily Hoyt. Second base, looks like it's Riley Little. Um, Shortstop, we have Gomez. And looks like third base, we have Romano out in left field. I'll let you know when we get back after this batter.
And the batter's Lene Howard fouls that one straight back. And just to backtrack a little bit, that was a great piece of hitting there by Kira Morris, who lined that one to left. Runners now on first and second, one out in the inning.
Quickly, Will, left field is going to be Addie Alano, and center field is going to be Zoe Lynn.
That ball will get away, allowing the runners to advance to second and third.
And then wrapping up the defense here for the West, we're going to have Bernice out in right field. So again, thank you for our corrections. Hello to the fans and the families at home.
Took a little bit off of that one.
So, Will, quite a predicament. Now we got runners at third and second for Hollenkamp, who's facing a 1-2 count. Got a run down here at third, Will. Batter's going to be out, and the runner is going to be out at third. Looks like a double play, Will.
That's right. Double play will end the inning. And that's going to take us to the bottom of the first. No runs on a hit. West gets their chance coming up next. We'll be back in just a moment.
One of the reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look rested, refreshed, good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials, all by a team of trusted experts. This is Divinity, Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us. We can't wait to meet you.
All right, we're here in the home half of the first inning. And leading things off for the West is going to be Lily Holtze. And Jason, I believe you have the defensive lineups for us.
Yeah, I'm still looking through the roster here now, so let me go ahead and give you the first in the infield. We have third base, we have number 25, Lene Hayward. We have number 19 playing shortstop again, which is Skylar Brown. First base, we're looking at Georgian Woods, who's in a different outfit from last night's. And rounding up number 22, it looks like out of Parrish High School, we have some auxiliary players playing from the West, Will, because of the low numbers. So Riley Little, who actually plays for the West, is playing on the East infield due to the fact that the East has those academics recruits already at school, if that makes sense. Stand by for the outfield.
And just to let our viewers know, we're having issues. It started at the end of the last game. Our graphics program is going a little wonky on us. We've had to reboot it several times. So our pitchers that are indicated on the scoreboard are actually not accurate. We're going to try to take those off. And unfortunately, we won't be able to track the pitchers today. We'll have the pitch counts for you, but not the pitchers. We apologize about that. We're getting error messages that we've never seen before. And there's a deep fly ball to left, and that ball is out of here. Holtze showing off the power right away, and what a shot there, Jason.
Okay, Will, I promise you, I almost parked right by that scoreboard spot. So I'm so glad that my inner softball dad said, don't park here and park miles away. That ball was a shot.
It paid off there, and the West jumps right off. And they're on the board. All right. So after the solo shot to lead things off, it's going to be Bryony's Silguero. And she'll take called strike one. And quickly 0-2. So Silguero's going to have to protect that play, taking that two-strike approach. And big cut will be strike three. First out of the inning. Now brings up Addison Futch.
And Will, as you can see right now, Gomez is going to come out for second base. Again, barring a player, always helps in these kind of all-star games as well, to help out numbers.
The ball gets away.
So fans at home, we're going to try to keep you as quick as we can up to speed of who's playing in what position. But again, borrowing players because of the numbers is going to be tough on our end. But we'll try to get it to you as fast as we can, Will.
And a big cut there from Futch now evens things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Go ahead, hit that like button if you would. We do appreciate that. Let us know you're enjoying the broadcast. Also helps out with that YouTube algorithm. We know that these players are moving on to college, but certainly we'd love to showcase their talents, so the more people who can see it, the better. And 3-1. And Futch will take the walk, putting a 1-out runner aboard now for the West. The West does have a full roster of players, so they're good to go on their end.
Looks like a runner chain. Bernice is coming out to run the bases.
Now going to bring up Zoe Lynn. Tries to check it up, but does, as indicated by the first base umpire. Two and 0.
So, Will, Zoe Lynn comes out of Venice, looks like. And she, too, has those fantastic helmet stickers. So she must have done a lot of good things over the summer, or over the school year, excuse me. Looks like we have an equipment malfunction. Actually, that foul ball just hit the umpire's neck shield and knocked it off. That just shows the velocity of the ball, Will.
Yeah, we're glad to see that he's okay. The equipment maybe not so much, but the coach is going to come over, check on him, make sure everyone's all right.
I mean, obviously we're concerned for player safety, but we also want to make sure these umpires are as safe as can be. Looks like he checks in, Will, gives a thumbs up, and we're back to playing ball.
And the 2-2 tries to check it up. Oh, looks like we were off on the count there. Now it's 2-2.
I know Oxley just says Oxley's giving her a 3 sign. So is the batter confirming.
Yeah, that was my understanding also because we had the foul ball there. which took it to 2-2.
Well, remember, Will, that foul ball hit that mask off, so now it looks like the umpires are going to have a conference over here by first base.
Yeah, we had it as a 2-2 count up here.
Looks like umpires check with the main book. Let's see what we got, Will.
And it looks like that is confirmed. That was strike 3. So 2 outs now in the inning. Brings up Riley Little.
New batter.
Off speed.
Looks like Bernice is going to second base from that last pitch pass ball.
And we apologize. We just lost our home plate camera, but we're going to get that worked on here.
Well, thankfully the wind died down for today's game.
For now.
For now.
Yeah, tell the viewers who may have just been joining us, Jason, about the wind that we had yesterday and we've been dealing with this morning, because it certainly impacted play.
Yeah, it was shaking so vigorously, it looked like we were having an earthquake out there in center field. One of those old school cameras. But yeah, we have some high definition, and anytime you get high velocity winds like that, it's going to go and shake the camera. It looks like a walk there to number 22, Riley Little.
That's right. She'll take her base. We got a little bit behind on the count there. Runners now on first and second.
And Will, if I'm not mistaken, it looks like we have a pitcher duel here. We've got Holcomb in the batter's box who's pitching, and then we have Oakley who's going to be throwing from the circle.
That's right. KK Hollenkamp is now up.
I'm sorry, Oxley throwing from the circle out of Bartow.
And that'll miss inside. 1-1. And a big cut. That's going to be strike 3 to retire the side. At the end of 1, the West has a 1-0 lead. We'll be back after this.
Welcome to the Clubhouse, Tampa Bay's premier baseball and softball training facility. Our 11,000 square foot training facility features rentable cages and bullpen lanes, along with the newest technology such as HitTrax and Rapsodo, baseball and softball pitching machines, full gym, and plyo area, all to keep you at the top of your game. We also have a fully stocked baseball and softball pro shop carrying the biggest brands such as Marucci, Rawlings, Easton, DeMarini, Wilson, and many more. If you're in need of training, we also have the area's top professional instructors offering hitting, pitching, fielding, and strength instruction for both baseball and softball players. From youth to professional athletes, the clubhouse has you covered. We are conveniently located 1 mile east of the Suncoast Parkway on Spring Hill Drive. Stop in and check us out.
All right, we're here in the top of the second. Georgiana Woods to lead things off for the East. Fastball connects. Again, we're going to have to remove, and of course, it won't let us remove the pitcher. So Addie Berry is going to be on the scoreboard, but it's not correct. We apologize.
Looks like Hollenkamp's giving a little direction to the catcher. Again, they don't play a lot together, but today they're on. That advice seemed to work for him.
That's right. That'll even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Woods. Over to first base, taking it unassisted on the ground out. Now brings up Kennedy McQuillan, and she will be the last batter. Again, the East is shorthanded today, so they're hitting in a pot of 6. So after McQuillan, we'll go ahead and rotate it back over to the top of the order. Ball low. It's fouled away out of play.
And Will, if the crowd at home wasn't listening last night, we had some great player bios. McQuill is out of Lake Nora High School, coached by Jay McQuillan. I believe that's her father. Great ball program out that way.
Foul territory, third base side, running out of real estate, but good effort on the pursuit. Yeah, if you missed the games last night, that would be games 1 and 2 of the series. You can find that on our YouTube channel. We ran through all the player bios for the players who chose to participate. Not every player chose to participate, but those who did had some wonderful updates on their academic and playing careers. And
Happening off the field for some of these players is just outstanding. We had a few charitable donations. We had a few that work with some neighbor other 401 501c3 companies in their respective areas. So that's great to see them off the field too.
absolutely, there's a deep drive to left center field, and that is gone. A solo home run for Kennedy McQuillan, a great piece of hitting.
Again, Will, I alluded to you earlier. I almost parked in that parking spot where 2 shots have been hit today. Luck is on my side.
I'll go ahead and knock on that wood for you, buddy. That's going to tie up the ball game. And how about that, Jason? Our 2 runs scored today have both been solo home runs. So the ball's getting out in a hurry. These talented girls showcasing their talent.
Yeah, well, these girls are really doing a lot of extra work outside of the game. They're doing a lot of conditioning work as well as strength and conditioning, which is good to see these women become stronger athletes for the next level.
Caitlin Oxley now steps in.
Well, that's always back to the booth.
Nice pitch. Took a little bit off of that one. Now goes 0-2.
Trying to get her to chase that outside rise ball. Oxley held in there, says, "Oh no, give me something I need."
Again fouled away.
Well, what's great is a lot of these high school players are wearing their traditional uniforms. So you get to see where they're coming from, which is nice for the fans at home. There's a shot to pass shortstop. That's what she's looking for.
That's right. A single to left center by Oxley. Yeah, I agree with you on the jerseys, Jason. I mean, not only for us fans is it fun to see all the different jersey styles and where the players are coming from, but what's nice for these players is it's that one last opportunity to don that high school jersey and represent your school.
Yeah.
So Skylar Brown's going to step up. She's a new player, not rostered, so unfortunately we don't have a graphic for her.
Will, you mentioned wearing the jersey for the last time. I think you just teared up every parent in America who has a high school senior who's watching this broadcasting. I love it. Emotions run wild when the All-Star game, and that's a strikeout for
They,
Holenkamp.
they certainly do, and you got these fine memories, and what a way to culminate it here, being part of the best players in the state of Florida, the state that produces the best players. So the best of the best on display here today. And that's going to bring up Kira Morris. I apologize, that graphic's incorrect. We'll get that fixed here in a second. Kira Morris is 1-for-1 today with a single. Oxley at first.
Looks like a drop strike 3.
And she'll make it to first.
And Will, that's a very key piece that I love about the All-Star game is even though it's a strike 3, but it's a drop strike 3, that just shows you the discipline that she has to run that out to make sure she's safe at first base.
Runners on first and second now for Lene Howard. It's fouled off. So the East is threatening. They've already plated one, looking to try to get another. And the high heat gets by.
Yeah, it looks like the runners were on a hit and go on that last one. I think they were waiting for her to connect. And if she puts it where she wants to, Howard will definitely connect.
Straight back it goes. And we'll do it again.
Will Howard coming out of a Bellevue program. Again, another nice, good, outstanding softball program coached by Gary Greer here in the North.
Snap throw down to first, not in time. Yeah, if memory serves, Bellevue's in the Stark area. Now, of course, I'm probably wrong, so I'm going to look it up.
Got her on the inside with an inside pitch, strike 3 for Hollenkamp.
And that's going to take us to the bottom of the second. We're all notched up at 1. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this. Watching the Gulf Coast Sports Network.
Preparing for that next step in life isn't always easy. At Nautilus Financial Group, our combination of experience, professionalism, and access to a wide variety of products and services to help meet all of your financial goals. For a new level of attention, insight, and capability, contact the trusted team at Nautilus Financial Group.
When you play football, you develop this mentality that, you know, you can withstand anything. You're Mr. Tough Guy. So years I had been battling. I was just excited to finally meet someone who knew what I was going through, who saw my pain, to think that in a matter of one treatment, and it got better and better as I began to get treatments throughout the month. You know, why would you deal with this pain for another day?
Okay, we're in the bottom of the second. And I lost my spot here. It looks like, is that Addy Aliano?
Yes, it is. I was just going to say, left fielder Ali Aliano's up the bat. That one kind of got away from Oxley, her first pitch.
And I apologize. We're having issues with our graphics program again. We were hoping it was going to make it through this game. I'll try to work on it. Jason, if you could take over the call for us, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's going to be a second strike there for Oxley. Addie's looking at a 1-2 count. Well, I'm sorry. I missed a strike, or had a strike. It's going to be 1-2 now there, Will, for Addie. Got her on the outside corner. Strike 3 for Oxley. It's going to be her third strikeout for the game. Now up to bat is going to be Gomez, number 4. And again, Aslan Gomez comes out of North Fort Myers, which is coached by Jim Miner. First pitch inside, misses for a ball. Gomez checks the coach, gives a hit away sign. Oxley tries to work the outside corner for another ball. 2-0 pitch. Gomez steps in. Down the middle for a first strike, 2-1 pitch. Oxley's starting to feel her rhythm this afternoon as it turns into the afternoon, I believe. Oh, yeah, we're way past the afternoon. Hard hit over the second baseman's head. Coming in the right field. Catch from the right fielder, Lexi King. That's going to send Gomez back to the dugout. 2 outs. Coming up from Parrish, Ella Romana. Again, she's coached by Aaron Spivey. Go ahead, Will. Go ahead. You back?
Yeah, I think we got it back up and running, hopefully. And I think we're good.
First pitch from Oxley's a strike. Well, welcome back, Will. I know you're working hard behind the scenes to make sure we have the best broadcast we can, and thank you out there for working with our troubleshooting, everybody. Second strike.
Yes, and just to explain to everyone, please disregard the pitcher indicators at the top of the scoreboard. That was the only way I could get the scoreboard, the graphics program back up and running. That strike 3 is going to end the inning and take us now to the take us to the third inning. We're still all tied up at 1. We got great high school softball action continuing on the Gulf Coast Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Okay, we're back to action here in the third. Again, please disregard the pitcher indicators at the top of the scoreboard. That was the only way I could get the batter graphics program to somewhat function. We had a crash earlier this morning, and we've had to do several reboots, and we're continuing to have issues with it, and this is the only way we can make it work for now. So Barry and Broussard is not correct. Please disregard that. Leading off the inning is going to be Georgiana Woods.
And Will, thanks for those updates. I got a couple defensive switches. Bernice came out of right field, now playing third. Gomez has come from shortstop to play catcher. Hoyt's over from first to shortstop, and that brings number 21. I'm sorry, Hoyt back at first base. These girls are getting a lot of playing time all over the field, which is great. Almost like a high school showcase here for these all-stars. So that way, you're out there looking, you can see the versatility of these players.
And we got a drop third, so the throw down will be made. And out number one is recorded for the inning. And again, just as a reminder to our viewers, the East is short-handed today due to some academic obligations of several players. So they're going to be hitting in a pod of 6 today. And coming up now, the big bat of Kennedy McQuillan, who had that solo shot towards Jason's car in left center field.
Again, knock on wood for me out there.
That one's going to go straight back. I figure if we acknowledge it, the softball gods will accept that and leave our vehicles alone.
Yeah, I believe that in the clinical world, it's reverse psychology, Will. So let's hope it works and not karma. 0-2 pitch.
And the 0-2 tried to get McQuillan to chase, but good discipline to keep the bat on the shoulders.
Yeah, for a minute there, I thought Hollenkamp was going to put her on the tight rope, but she lost that with the ball.
Popped up. Shallow center coming in, making the grab to record out number 2.
Boy, we'll talk about a rainmaker. That ball hung up there for about an hour, seemed like. And finally dropped out of the sky like a meteor, giving them that two outs.
That's right, 2 outs now for Caitlin Oxley. 1 for 2 on the day. It's fouled on the third base line.
Yeah, Bernice had a real good jump on that on third base. You can tell she's familiar with that position.
Straight back it goes. Starting to get a little bit of swirl from the wind. It was blowing out to left center field, now coming in a little bit. And actually, as I say that, shifting back out.
Well, I'm not sure if the folks at home can see, but we have a family of osprey, I believe that's what they're called. The birds on top of the light that they're partaking in the softball game. They're flying low and high and taking advantage of that wind.
Yeah, it's part of the beautiful campus here at Florida Southern College. We were talking before the game. Outstanding athletic facilities, really second to none. That we've been able to partake in here. It's part of the All-Star Game series, but a beautiful campus as well. It's actually architecture from Frank Lloyd Wright. So some beautiful buildings and a beautiful campus here at Florida Southern College.
Yeah, well put. Oxley gets herself out of the jam. She hits herself a rainmaker, and Bernice is just unable to catch it as she was pulled off that base. It was a high popper between her and Gomez, and unfortunately she dropped it. So that's unfortunate for Oxley, who's going to be looking at a 2-2 count right here.
And that'll miss away. Works the count full. Payoff pitch. And that's Hollenkamp in the circle. Again, fought off. Good battle by Oxley.
Yeah, these two were pitchers today, so both of them want to make sure that the other one knows the other one's working just as hard as the other one, if you got all that. So we'll see how well these two can finish up this battle with a 3-2 pitch delivery coming. Oxley calls time.
Well, it looks like she wants to dry the hands there. Temperature is in the 90-degree range, which, believe it or not, for anybody viewing outside of the area or outside of the southern region, that's kind of a cold spell for us the last couple of days. Earlier this week, we were doing the baseball games, 99 degrees in the shade where we were with our equipment. Let's just say it was a rough day.
Yeah, I think up north they consider that a heat wave, and down here that's just normal.
Yeah, that's Wednesday.
3-2 pitch coming.
And again, fought off. Good job by Oxley to stay alive.
Yeah, both these two don't want to go away. They want the spotlight, and here they got it.
Popped up in foul territory, and the grab is made. That will retire the side and take us to the bottom of the third. Still all tied up at 1. Watching the Gulf Coast Sports Network for the FACA Softball All-Star Games.
Welcome to the Clubhouse, Tampa Bay's premier baseball and softball training facility. Our 11,000 square foot training facility features rentable cages and bullpen lanes, along with the newest technology such as HitTrax and Rapsodo, baseball and softball pitching machines, full gym, and plyo area, all to keep you at the top of your game. We also have a fully stocked baseball and softball pro shop carrying the biggest brands such as Marucci, Rawlings, Easton, DeMarini, Wilson, and many more. If you're in need of training, we also have the area's top professional instructors offering hitting, pitching, fielding, and strength instruction for both baseball and softball players. From youth to professional athletes, the clubhouse has you covered. We are conveniently located 1 mile east of the Suncoast Parkway on Spring Hill Drive. Stop in and check us out.
All right, bottom of the third. We're all notched up at 1 apiece. 2 solo home runs is what has been put on the board so far. And Jason, you noticed that we have some changes defensively.
Yeah, nothing shy of masterpiece. We have Georgiana now in the pitching circle. Oxley's gone over the third. Looks like Navarro is now on second. And that's going to keep everybody else, the rest, in the same position. So, yeah, we'll see what Georgiana can do here in the circle.
Thank you, Jason, for that update. Jason's doing a great job here today. And there's a lot of movement and a lot of players shifting around, and Jason's all over it for us, doing a great job on the broadcast today. We appreciate his efforts.
Well, thanks for having me. This is my first go-around for the All-Star Game, Will, and I'm excited. I'm hooked. If you're not watching this at home or you're not here, I mean, you're missing a great display of some really athletic and talented and smart, Will, young ladies who are going to get ready to go to the next level.
That's right. That's really the exciting thing. You know, we get to enjoy the game today, but a year from now, 2 years from now, when we're turning on ESPN, hey, there she is.
Yeah, I mean, you see it in the boys World Series. You see it here. You just covered the boys All-Star Game, and again, just sit back and watch this masterpiece. Here we go.
Lily Holtze to lead things off. She had that solo shot in the top or in the bottom of the first to get the scoring going. In the air to right, that's going to drop in. Holtze continuing the hustle. Great job reading that ball in the pursuit. She's going to take two. Not satisfied with the single. It's going to make her 2 for 2 on the day.
Yeah, that was some aggressive base running. The umpire came over to wipe out the base, and as much sand comes out of Lily's pants, she's going to have to brush herself off there. Looks like Bernice is up to the plate.
That's right. Seguero's going to go ahead and take the first pitch called strike.
Looks like Holtze takes a timeout to take half her gear off, puts on that mitt. I think she's going to be ready to run some bases here, Will. Let's see what we got. Boy, that ball was smoked down the first baseline. Looks like the Wesley Chapel All-Star coach had to do a little Cotton Eye Joe dance there to get out of the way.
Yeah, the Texas two-step in play.
Oh, we're so appreciative of our coaches here today. We have a wonderful coaching staff for all these teams, Will, and we're glad they made the cut for the All-Star game. They've got some pretty powerful resumes. I got a chance to talk to a few of them before the games, and you've got state champions, you've got district champions. I mean, just a well-rounded coaching. Hard hit ball up the center. Comes up. Looks like Holtze is going to take it to the plate. Play at the plate. She's out from the throw from center field.
Yeah, great play. Good effort on Holtze's part, but a beautiful throw from center. Cuts down the run.
And look who it is, number 16, Kennedy McQuillan, doing it on offense and defense, Will. How about that? Shortly after the game here, they're going to be given the MVP for the All-Star game as well as our award for the broadcasting award. So she's trying to put her real estate out there, it looks like.
That's right. At the conclusion of tonight's game, Jason will be announcing our broadcast player of the game. And then the FACA organization also has their MVPs for each team that they'll announce. If we get that with enough time, we'll announce that as well. Sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. But certainly stick with us at the conclusion of the game today. Addison Futch now stands in. She walked her first time up. Foul on that third base side. 0-2 count. Woods looking for that punch-out pitch. Futch is going to try to keep things alive. They do have that runner in scoring position they're going to try to capitalize on. I'd also like to thank all of our sponsors and advertisers who joined us for the All-Star Series. We appreciate their support in helping to offset our costs and bring these games to you live. We hope that you'll support them as they support us in promoting high school athletics.
Yeah, well, you're going to see in these small communities and even the larger communities now, people are starting to understand what softball is about, and it's great to have supporting fans, business owners, small business owners. It's outstanding. As that one's fouled away. Futch picks up some dirt from the batter's box. Looks like, like you said, this starting to get a little moist out there, so she's going to go ahead and lock herself in, and let's see if she can get Bernice around third base. Big cut. Brings a strike three for Funch. Will, who we got up next?
It's going to be Zoe Lynn. Trying to capitalize with the runner in scoring position, try to break the tie. Woods able to get that one by.
Yeah, again, Zoe Lynn out of that Venice program, coached by Stephen Castatino. Let's see what she can do. Ball comes out. Hayward takes her mask off. A possible play at second, but Bernice holds. 0-2 pitch.
Tries for that outside corner, misses away. Good discipline by Lynn. Again away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. All tied up in the bottom of the third. And Woods gets the strikeout to retire the inning and take us to the fourth. We're still all tied up at 1. More softball coming up next. We'll be right back.
Box Out gives you the ability to create graphics at the speed of sports to highlight your athletic department, teams, and student athletes in seconds. Used and trusted by Notre Dame, Ohio State, UConn, Marquette, Georgetown, and many more of the top college brands in the country. If you want your school's brand to stand out through all the clutter, start your free demo at boxoutsports.com.
One of the reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look rested, refreshed, good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials, all by a team of trusted experts. This is Divinity, Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us. We can't wait to meet you.
All right, we're in the fourth. Still all tied at 1, although the West did threaten. Beautiful defensive play cut off the potential lead run at home. I believe we have a new pitcher out there, Jason. Who do we got?
Yeah, we do. Looks like we have Zoe Lynn from Venice coming out there for the new pitcher for the pitching circle. Everybody else seems to be where they were, other than, yeah, everyone else seems to be where it looks like the Venice pitcher, Zoe Lynn. Will.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry about the delay there. You caught me texting from my wife. My wife's at home watching the game via stream, and she says to me, I got to be there next year. Everyone's got to be there. This tournament is fantastic. I said, yeah, you're missing some great softball. So I'm glad that I'm here and she's home. So.
Well, big hello to Denise. We're glad she's enjoying the broadcast. Skylar Brown to lead off the inning. Again, we apologize. We don't have a graphic for Skylar as she was a late addition that we were not alerted to. So Skylar Brown now up to bat.
Yeah, Brown's seen a lot of the infield. I haven't seen her go out in the outfield yet, so that must be her character player and her position. But last night she had a couple of them on the ground. She's a hard hitter, so she could be able to punch through this tie ball game we got here.
Hard ground ball over to third. So Guerrero up with it, fires to first. And that'll be the first out of the inning. Going to bring up Kira Morris. She reached base twice, once on an error, so she's 1 for 2 on the day with a single.
Yeah, Kiara Morris is another player that's been playing well for this All-Star game. She's out of Lake Wales and coached by Mike Settle.
Took a little off of that one. Drops in the zone. Nice placement by Lynn. Now she's ahead 0-2. Hard line drive picked out of the dirt. A crossover just to be safe on that one. Great play by Riley Little at second. And 2 quick outs to the inning. Brings up Lene Howard. 0 for 2 on the day. She's going to try to get something started. Maybe a 2-out rally. Over to short and in time for out number 3. So a quick, efficient inning for Zoe Lynn. And that's going to take us to the home half of the 4th. We are still all tied up at 1. And we'll be back in a minute.
Certainly, I'm an avid golfer. Been, golf usually weekly. Play a lot with my wife.
With the repetitive motion, as you know, with a lot of golfers, it's an unnatural motion that you put your body through.
After suffering for years with shoulder pain, Mike chose stem cell therapy as an alternative to surgery.
I'm just excited because patients that have been in pain for years that are now doing the things that they want to do. And Mike's just going to be adding to that list.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for stem cell treatment.
I went through the VFW, I went through the American Legion, and I felt they couldn't help me. And, I got in touch with Chris, and he got right to work on it, and I'd say within a year, I had 100% disability.
All right, here we are, bottom of the 4th inning. And again, please disregard the pitcher indications at the top of the scoreboard. We're not able to do another full reboot. We're just going to have to troubleshoot this in the offseason. This will be our last broadcast of the season. And what a way to end it at the FACA All-Star Games. We're certainly happy to be here. Will Wilkie alongside Jason Cephas. So please disregard the pitchers at the top of the scoreboard. We're unable to change them. Georgiana Woods still in the circle for the East. And Zoe Lynn just completed an inning for the West. Or a half inning for the West, rather. And we're getting ready to start things here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's going to bring up Riley Little. She walked her first time up. Don't forget to stay with us at the conclusion of today's ball game. Jason will be giving us our broadcast player of the game. Chopper down the third baseline, fires over to Oxley at first. 1 pitch, 1 out. How's that for efficient?
Yeah, I was just going to try to bring in, these players. We keep telling everybody these players keep switching. The other number 4 right now on third base, I believe I'm trying to get it from the book.
Well, while you do that, we got KK Hollenkamp stepping in. Fouls that one straight back. And again, Jason's doing a great job for us today. A lot of switching on the defensive field of play for both teams, so there's a lot to keep track of. And plus, we have different jerseys, some duplicate numbers, so there's a lot to keep track of. Jason's doing a great job for us today.
Well, thanks, Will. I'm trying. I'm still trying to check my balance here with her on third base. It looks like it's going to be sorry for the suspense. I'm still looking. After the batter, we'll come back with it.
Grounder over to second, backhand, and the scoop at first. Out number 2. Woods working on a highly efficient 4th inning thus far.
Okay, Will, got it. It looks like it's going to be, I thought it was Kendra Morris. But I believe Kendra jumped the shortstop. So let me keep checking on my archives here.
No worries. Addie Aliano steps in. She's going to take called strike down the middle. Oh, 2. Nice spot on that corner by Wood. She's really found a groove here. Liner right to center field, corralled for out number 3. And a quick, efficient bottom of the 4th takes us to the 5th now. I'm a broken record. We're all tied up at 1. We'll be back.
Preparing for that next step in life isn't always easy. At Nautilus Financial Group, our combination of experience, professionalism, and access to a wide variety of products and services to help meet all of your financial goals. For a new level of attention, insight, and capability, contact the trusted team at Nautilus Financial Group.
When you play football, you develop this mentality that, you can withstand anything. You're Mr. Tough Guy. So years I had been battling. I was just excited to finally meet someone who knew what I was going through, who saw my pain, to think that in a matter of one treatment, and it got better and better as I began to get treatments throughout the month. Why would you deal with this pain for another day?
All right, we're in the 5th. East 1, West 1, all tied up. And it looks like we have a new pitcher in the circle. Is that, looks like Riley Little?
Yeah, Riley Little from Parrish. And Will, my brain isn't frying on me. Actually, Funch, again, remember, because of the lack of players, because of the academic responsibilities, she was playing third base for the East team, and I'm looking on somebody else's roster. So sorry for the suspense at home, everybody.
Georgiana Woods to lead things off, 0 for 2 today. Going to try to bust things open in the top of the 5th. She's been doing outstanding in the circle.
And Will, looks like number 99 over on the East team, Lexi King, is in the bullpen. So we may be able to see her take the circle when she comes back out, Will.
Fouls that one back.
She's been having fun in the sun out there in right field, so maybe she's going to come into the beachside property here in the circle this next inning coming in. But looks like Georgiana is going to try to break this through.
Hitters count now, 3-1. And the payoff. That'll be low for ball 4. Woods will take a base. Leadoff runner on now for Kennedy Lone run for her team. She had the solo shot to left center field. In the top of the second. Snap throw down to first.
Yeah, it looked like Georgia was going to take off there, but hesitated. So we'll see if we have maybe some intense base running coming up here to try to sneak a lead out.
Three and 0. We'll see if she has the green light. Little battles back and gets the called strike. And that'll be ball 4. So back-to-back walks puts a runner in scoring position. Looks like we're going to have a little conference in the circle.
Yeah, Holtz, looked over to the coach, and she may want to go out there and just kind of relax everybody. You know, we're getting to the 5th inning. Everyone's starting to feel a little bit of it. This is when we really start to see the girls take that a little bit of seriousness. Again, even though we're having fun, it's all-stars. They're all all-stars. But these girls they're competitors, you know, and they want to win.
All right, that's going to move things over back to the top of the lineup again. The East hitting in a pod today, that being shorthanded. Caitlin Oxley, chopper, could be trouble, and that will get through. We're going to mark that as a single. That was a tough ball to get to. So Oxley now 2 for 4 on the day with 2 singles, and it will load the bases for Skylar Brown. And again, we apologize. We don't have the graphic for Brown due to the late addition to the game, but we're glad that she's here.
Yeah, that last ball just got away from Gomez. She had a good jump on it over there at second base. Just a hard hit ball.
Changeup fouls that away. Quickly 0-2.
Boy, with that foul off there, Will, it came right back to us, and you can really see the ball, the spin, the revelation of that ball. I mean, it's being pitched, and then the batters are hitting it the other way. It's amazing how these girls are hitting the softballs out of here.
And that's going to miss away. The West trying to get out of a jam. Bases loaded, nobody out. East looking to take the lead for the first time this afternoon. But Little able to battle back. She's going to get the strikeout and get out number 1, a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, that was a big pitch. I mean, anytime you have everybody on base, a single little hit like that will put somebody or maybe 2 people through. So that was a way to get out of that.
Now,
out.
Is this a new bat? I think we have a new batter.
Yeah, this is going to be number 25, Lene Howard.
That's going to get flared into left. Looks like they went out of order there. No worries. So Lene Howard gets the hit and the RBI. That's because I see what happened. Kira Morris still had her catcher's gear on, so they just went ahead and had Lene hit. So no worries. We'll get that fixed here. So now Kira Morris comes in. Morris 1 for 3 on the day with a single. East has now taken the lead off the RBI single from Lene Howard. 2-0.
Well, you can kind of see the parents out there just kind of taking a breeze easy, but easy for the East. They know it's still neck and neck, but you can see kind of a sense of a little the tiebreaker was broken, and now it's 2-1. So that's good. Let's see what they got.
That's right. They got a chance here to turn in a big inning. Outfield is in a little bit. And we've got those swirling winds, so if they're able to get one into the gap, it could be multiple runs. Little trying to shut it down and get out of the inning, just trailing by 1. So Morris fouls that one off at the hands. And the payoff pitch. Fouled away again. Good battle between Little and Morris. Foul territory. Good hustle, but can't come up with it. So again, the payoff pitch.
There's that gap. Bernice comes up throwing. Play at the plate. It's going to hold the Oxley at third.
So another an RBI single from Kira Morris. Great piece of hitting. And the East is able to add to their lead.
Yeah, like you said, Will, having those outfielders playing in, Bernice was able to come up, make a direct throw, skipping the cutoff right to home plate, holding Oxley at third because they want to put a Band-Aid over this.
Going to bring up Georgiana Woods. And for any of you keeping track at home, we were out of order a little bit. Not any reason to be concerned about, just explaining because Lene Howard had a hit out of order. So now that they've actually gone through the lineup twice now, so that's why Georgiana Woods is now up.
Yeah, it looked like Kendra or Kiara Morris hadn't gotten her catcher legs off fast enough. So it's the All-Star game. It's Saturday. There's a shot to Bernice out the right field. Drops foul. Boy, Will, she was on her horse to get that. And you see that wind again, the power of that wind just blew that ball right back away from her. Was able to drop foul.
That's right, Jason. I just switched to our home plate camera. If you look out to dead center field, you see the American flag, and you can see that it's blowing out to left center quite robustly. Little comes back, gets the strikeout. 2 outs now in the inning, and here we go. Bases loaded for Kennedy McQuillan, who already went yard once today. We'll see if she can bust this game open or if Little can shut it down.
Well, if we were doing the regular season, Will, I would say this is going to be the matchup right here. Pitcher versus batter. Let's see the outcome.
And the 1-0. Fly ball to right, out of play.
Change up.
A little flare in the center. Play it home. Won't be in time. That'll score 2. And another great piece of hitting from Kennedy McQuillan, a 2 RBI double. And the East has busted open this ball game. They've plated 4 this inning and now take a 5-1 lead over the West.
Yeah, that's a little bit insurance right there by McQuillan. Great hit, great at bat. Way to get her players in.
Top of the order again because they're hitting in that 6-batter pod. Caton Oxley, 2 for 4, 2 singles today. Takes ball 1 away. Big cut. Little blows it by to even things up. Change up low. Count will even up with that foul ball. Our system shows that we have 1 like, Jason. Let's see if we can get up to 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
If you're watching the game and you're enjoying it, just hit that like button. We would appreciate that.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, it's a beautiful Saturday. I know some people are probably out, but if you're home, definitely subscribe and get on. There's a great shot out to the left field gap by Oxley. She's going to hold up the second base.
And she'll bring 2 runs in. 2 RBI double. Great piece of hitting by Oxley.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's going to cause a visit to the mound for the West.
And we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Box Out gives you the ability to create graphics at the speed of sports to highlight your athletic department, teams, and student athletes in seconds. Used and trusted by Notre Dame, Ohio State, UConn, Marquette, Georgetown, and many more of the top college brands in the country. If you want your school's brand to stand out through all the clutter, start your free demo at boxoutsports.com.
One of the reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look rested, refreshed, good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials, all by a team of trusted experts. This is Divinity, Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us. We can't wait to meet you.
All right, we're back to action. And Jason, looks like we had a pitching change there.
Yeah, it looks like Zoe Lynn from Venice is coming back in to try to help put a Band-Aid over this little bit of a wound from the last inning here. We'll see what she can do.
Yeah, the East has really opened things up here in the top of the 5th. They've plated 6 and put together 5 hits. Oxley just recently able to clear the bases off of that double to left center field, so she's at second. Skylar Brown now up. Grounder to third, up with it and fires over in time. And that'll do it for the inning. But not before the East opens things up and they take a pretty large lead into the bottom of the 5th. The West gets their chance to try to come back. We'll watch them back coming up next on the Gulf Coast Sports Network.
One of the reasons we've been so successful at Divinity Med Spa is because we understand what people are looking for. They want to look rested, refreshed, good for their age. We can accomplish this by treatments such as Botox, filler, lasers, and an array of facials, all by a team of trusted experts. This is Divinity, Hernando County's only locally owned and operated med spa. Come see us. We can't wait to meet you.
All right, we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. The East putting up 6 runs in the top half. Now have a 7-1 lead over the West, and Jason, looks like we have a new pitcher and some defensive changes.
Looks like Lexi King's going to come in and try to stay in for the rest of the ball game. And it looks like Lake Wales is behind the plate. Kendra Morris, and as far as the other switches, it looks like Oxley's now playing second base. Brown is over at shortstop. So here we go.
Aslan Gomes to lead things off. First pitch from King misses away. King is electing not to bat today, just pitch. Two 2-0.
Now, Will, is that a player preference, or is that just something maybe she's just saving herself from hitting?
That's my understanding. The players can elect not to bat if they so choose. We saw that in the baseball All-Star game as well, where some pitchers elected not to bat. And the 2-1. Grounder over to short, fires to first. 6-3 out, number 1.
Yeah, it was a great heads up by Skylar Brown. She took that pretty much behind the third baseman, deep in that little hole right there, and basically threw a dart over to first base to Georgiana, who picked up the out.
1 out in the inning now for Ella Romana. Another chopper to third. Howard up with it, fires to first. And King working an efficient inning. 2 outs already.
Yeah, well, it looks like a routine play there for Howard. There's a lot of communication between her and Brown. She was able to cut off Brown at that time of the angle, pick up that ball again, fire it over to Georgiana for another sure out.
Here comes the big bat of Lily Holtze. She's 2 for 2 on the day, a double and a solo shot. Fly ball to left. That's going to drop in. Great effort out there. I believe that was Hollenkamp on the diving attempt. And Lily Holtze with another double. She's 3 for 3 on the day. Great job.
Yeah, Will, that ball left in a hurry. Hollenkamp had a good jump on it, but I think the ball, with the way the wind is now blowing towards us, was able to escape over those wind vapors and get out there in a quick.
And Holtze's catching, so they're going to put a courtesy runner out there for her. Brings up Brianna Silguero. 1 for 2 today with a double. West with the scoring opportunity with that runner in scoring position. She's going to try to take advantage.
Looks like running for Holtze is Romano from Parrish. She's came in to run for her.
And the 1-1 to the pitcher. King fires over to first. A little bit of a bobble, but able to corral it in time to retire the side. And that's going to take us to the 6th. 7 runs on 8 hits for the East, 1 run on 4 hits for the West. We'll be back after this.
Welcome to the Clubhouse, Tampa Bay's premier baseball and softball training facility. Our 11,000 square foot training facility features rentable cages and bullpen lanes, along with the newest technology such as HitTrax and Rapsodo, baseball and softball pitching machines, full gym, and plyo area, all to keep you at the top of your game. We also have a fully stocked baseball and softball pro shop carrying the biggest brand.
What?
Looks like Kendra Morris is up.
Okay, welcome back. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Again, please disregard the pitcher designations. We had a crash with our graphics system if you're just joining us. And unfortunately, we were not able to change them. We're actually fortunate to run as much as we have been. We had a big problem at the end of the 1st inning. All right, leading things off is going to be Kira Morris, 2 for 4 today. Got 2 singles and an RBI. Two 2-0. Little still in the circle. Be sure to stick with us at the conclusion of today's game. Jason Cephas will be giving us our broadcast player of the game. If we're able to get the FACA MVPs for each team, we'll pass that along as well. Sometimes we get that in time, sometimes we don't. But again, we'd like to thank Shelton Cruz and the entire FACA crew, really putting together a wonderful event, and we're really blessed to be a part of it. So thank you to Shelton and everybody from the FACA for putting on yet another wonderful All-Star week. And that's going to be ball 4. Leadoff runner on. And now we're back in order. So Lene Howard steps in, 1 for 4 on the day. Got an RBI single. Snap throw to first.
Hey, Will, it's been just brought to my attention from the hires at B that they're going to end it in the bottom of the 6th. These girls are starting to get gassed. They got some games to play tomorrow, too. So that was just brought to my attention.
Okay, so this will be the final inning. Thank you very much for letting us know that. It's going to drop in. So a single for Howard. Great piece of hitting. Puts 2 on. Georgiana Wood, sorry we had to do a little bit of housekeeping there since we're going to wrap things up a little bit early. Georgiana Woods now with a 1-1 count. Little able to get that one by. We certainly appreciate the outlook for the player's safety. I mean, it's been a hot week, and you get these temperatures, you get that high UV rating, and you just want to make sure that the players are okay, especially if they have other games that they're going to be going to. So that's going to run the count full. It's fouled away. And that'll be ball 4. Woods drawing her second walk of the day. Loads the bases.
Oh, looks like we got a foul ball coming through here. Hang on just a second. Yep, umpires picked it up. Looks like he's coming back to play.
And that's going to bring up Kennedy McQuillan, 2 for 3 on the day. Home run, a double, and 3 RBIs. Big cut there.
Well, hopefully they can hear me out there in Streamland. I did a dad moment. I hit the mute button.
Hard up the middle. That's going to get through. 2 runs will come in, and what a day for Kennedy McQuillan. 3 for 4, 5 RBIs, Jason.
Yeah, she's been really doing it. Again, this is what we have, Will. We have all-star players here, the best of the best, the cream of the crop, especially living in Florida. And now you're getting a chance to see it not only through our broadcast, but here live in front of you.
Brings up Oxley. Oxley 3 for 5. She's got 2 RBIs on the day.
Well, Will, one thing you're starting to see a trend here, especially being athletic director at the middle school, you're starting to see that we're not giving out trophies to anybody. We're really starting to go ahead and making sure that we go back to tradition where kids have to earn it from their accountability and their dependents.
Hard hit ball to right, and that's going to drop in foul territory.
And happy to say, Will, the wind had no effect on that ball.
I think that's a first for this weekend.
As I say that, as the wind now is starting to pick up. So sorry, Mother Nature. I'm not downing you. We just appreciate what you're doing for us today.
Miss is outside.
I think that evil word here in baseball as well as softball, Will, correct me if I'm wrong, is rain.
Yeah. We've got no worry of that. I can tell you that right now. In case our viewers can see, we've got, barely a cloud in the sky. Beautiful day, though. Just hot. That's going to be a strikeout for Little. 1 out in the inning now for Skylar Brown. That'll catch the outside corner quickly, 0-2. Brown will be looking to protect. Little trying to get that punch-out pitch. And that'll be strike 3. 2 outs now in the inning. Brings up Kira Morris, 2 for 4 on the day. 2 singles and an RBI. Little catches the outside, strike 1. And I have been alerted, Jason, that we will be getting the East and West MVPs in time for the conclusion of the broadcast. So we'll pass that along. That's the FACA MVP Awards. Line drive to center field. RBI single for Kira Morris. She's 3 for 5 on the day. Great piece of hitting there. And the East able to extend their lead now.
Yeah, Will, that's a great update. And you know, again, as we say, fatigue sets in. These girls are still battling. Some of them have to play tomorrow. I'm sure some have to play on the weekdays. So yeah, we're going to see how this turns out here. Great block at the plate.
Lene Howard now up. 2 for 5 on the afternoon. 2 singles and an RBI.
Looked like that ball got away from her there. I have a little upstairs music.
Right down Main Street. Check swing, fouls that one away. Count evens up 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Howard. 2 outs in the inning. The East has plated 3 to run up the score now to 10-1. And called strike 3. That's going to take us to the bottom of the 6th. And this will be the final at bat of the ball game, so stick with us as we close out the final game of the FACA Softball All-Star Game.
Welcome to the Clubhouse, Tampa Bay's premier baseball and softball training facility. Our 11,000 square foot training facility features rentable cages and bullpen lanes, along with the newest technology such as HitTrax and Rapsodo, baseball and softball pitching machines, full gym, and plyo area, all to keep you at the top of your game. We also have a fully stocked baseball and softball pro shop carrying the biggest brands such as Marucci, Rawlings, Easton, DeMarini, Wilson, and many more. If you're in need of training, we also have the area's top professional instructors offering hitting, pitching, fielding, and strength instruction for both baseball and softball players. From youth to professional athletes, the clubhouse has you covered. We are conveniently located 1 mile east of the Suncoast Parkway on Spring Hill Drive. Stop in and check us out.
All right, we're in the bottom of the 6th. This will be it. As we've been informed that due to safety reasons with the heat, that this will be the final inning and the conclusion of the ball game. Be sure to stick with us. We'll be announcing the FACA MVPs for each squad, as well as our broadcast player of the game. They'll be receiving that commemorative mini bat from the Gulf Coast Sports Network. Also, follow us on Facebook and Twitter at GCSN Broadcast so you can see them profiled there. Addison Futch to lead things off. And ball one outside of the zone. Lexi King in the circle. She's going to close things out for the East. That'll connect on the outside corner to even things up, one apiece. Hard ground ball. That's going to get through into the outfield. So a single by Futch gets a leadoff runner on for the West. Nice job of going the opposite way there, Jason.
Yeah, it seems again, even though this heat will make you feel the fatigue, these girls are now just tapping into their reserves because again, they played on Saturdays and Sundays all weekend, so they're really starting to use their craft to their advantage.
Zoe Lynn now up to bat, takes ball one.
Yeah, Will, if I'm not mistaken, there's no right fielder, and as you can see now, it looks like somebody's coming out of the dugout to help fill that position. Sorry to interrupt you.
No worries. Good observation there, Jason. Now they're all set. Ground ball over to third. No one covering second. A little bit of a miscommunication there.
Yeah, it looks like Lily Hoyt's out there in right field to help aid support for the East.
So back-to-back hits. It's two runners on now for Riley Little. Nobody out in the inning. West trying to put something together. Liner to left. Really nice hit. You can really see the ball carry out there off the bat of Little. So 3 singles in a row. We got bases loaded, Jason.
Yeah, it just told you, show you that I know the West are starting to battle back, but the East was a team that was down a couple players because of those academic commitments, and they're up 10-1. So we'll see what the West can do to bounce back.
It's going to bring up KK Hollenkamp.
I mean, it's nice that they were able to get the game and no forfeit, but again, it just shows you the talent that we have on this field today.
Popped up, and that's going to drop in. RBI single from KK Hollenkamp. And the West has now notched another run on their side of the ledger. And brings up Addie Aliano. Infield in.
Check swing.
Aliano now down on the count 0-2. King looking for that punch-out pitch. Aliano trying to keep this West rally going. This will be their final at bat. And the 1-2. That'll miss. Called strike 3, outside corner.
Looks like we have another field change going to right field.
Yeah, Holche's due up soon. That's why they're bringing her back in.
Yeah.
1 out in the inning. Base is still loaded. Aslan Gomes steps in. Down that third base line, but foul.
That's going to be Funch that runs out to right field to help that extra player for the last half here.
And I have great news, Jason. We got to 3 likes. Thank you all for watching and tossing those our way. We do appreciate that.
I feel special.
We usually get some more later on. The kids like to come back and watch the game later on, so hopefully they'll toss some more our way as well.
Well, as I say back in the old day, we really do it as a volunteer. We do it as a 501c3, but we also do it for the sponsorships and for the likes, and we want to bring in cast out softball to the world. So I think we're doing a good thing. I appreciate everybody staying with us from some of our technical difficulties, and we get better and better every year.
That's going to get fouled away.
Lexi Kinn's looking at a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Let's see what she can do.
Comes in low to even things up. Hard ground ball. Double play is done, and that's going to be your final. The East will take home the victory 10-2. And now it's time for us to announce the FACA MVPs for each squad. For the West, it's going to be Lily Holtze. And for the East, Kennedy McQuillan. And now for our broadcast player of the game announcement, let's toss it over to Jason Cephas for the player of the game. Jason, who you got?
Yeah, thanks. Well, I mean, hands down, Kennedy McQuillan. I mean, with her at-bats today and put one outside the park, coming out of Lake Noma. I mean, she did a fantastic job. So that's going to be our booth player of the game.
So congratulations to Kennedy McQuillan. We'd like to thank the FACA and Shelton Crews for having the Gulf Coast Sports Network come back and broadcast these fabulous All-Star games. For Jason Cephas, I'm Will Wilkie, and we'll see you next time.